Zoroark EX is one of the big new additions in Journey Together. It's also one of the free Battle Pass decks, and I've wanted to cover this deck for quite some time, but up until relatively recently, it's struggled to find its footing on the competitive stage until relatively recently, where over at the Sevilla special event, we finally had Zoroark make its first big placement at a major. And shout outs to Harvey Sheinman, who got third place at this event, over 800 players competing, and was the first to get top cut with a Zoroark EX in a tournament outside of Japan. So today we are going to give Harvey's list a look. I'm Jet from inthirdperson.com. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's talk about N's Zoroark EX. And Zoroark is a Dark-type Pokemon with 280 HP. It has the phenomenal ability trade where you can discard a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. We know that this ability is amazing. We just saw Kirlia rotate out, which had this ability and helped make the Gardevoir deck amazing. And then before that, Zoroark GX had the original trade ability. I'm not actually sure if Zoroark was the first to have this exact ability, but it was amazing then too. And with Zoroark EX, still awesome to have it in its arsenal. And this time its attack is Night Joker, where it's kind of shades of Mew VMAX, where you get to choose one of your benched Ends Pokemon's attacks and use it as its own. So it does not have its own attack on board. You'll have to copy one of the attacks from your other Ends Pokemon. And the 2 big ones that you're going to be copying from are Ends Darmanitan and Ends Reshiram. We'll do the Ends Reshiram because this is the easy one. Powerful Rage for a fire. Well, the cost doesn't matter here because you're going to be using 2 Dark Energy and copying it anyway. You can't swing with the Reshiram. We don't have the fire and the lightning energy for that, and you wouldn't want it because this is a horrible attacker, but copying its attack is fine. Powerful Rage does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if you've got, say, 270 damage on a Zoroark, you can one-hit KO everything in the game pretty comfortably. But this is going to be dependent on how much damage your opponent does to you. On top of that, we have Virtuous Flame for 170 damage. It's not the best attack in the world, admittedly. It's a little below where you'd want it to be in terms of swinging against multi-prize Pokemon. This will knock out stuff like Squawkabilly EX, but Virtuous Flame by itself is kind of not great. At best, you are 2-shotting a Charizard EX with something like this. There are ways of fixing the math here and there, and one of the big ones is Munkidori, where you have the Adrenabrain ability, where once during your turn, if this Pokemon has a Dark Energy on it, you get to move 3 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to one of your opponent's Pokemon. And outside of fixing the math on Virtuous Flame, this does fix the math in other attack scenarios as well. So Munkidori, really nice to have here. The other attacks you might be copying are from Ends Darmanitan. The first attack, Backdraft, is very situational, does 30 damage for each basic energy card in your opponent's discard pile. Didn't really use this one all that much, but the second attack is arguably the best attack in this whole deck. Flame Body Cannon for, I guess the cost again doesn't matter for the most part. It does 90 damage to the active, and then you discard all energy from this Pokemon and do 90 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This attack is absolutely insane in the current meta right now, where evolution decks are very popular. Also, there isn't much in the way of bench protection. No one's really playing Rabska to protect the bench, and Shaymin, which will have that bench barrier ability, is not coming out for another month or so. So this attack is absolutely crazy, and you're going to want to do this as many times as possible to win the game. Now let's dig into the counts. We've got a 4-4 line of the Zorua and the Zoroark. You're going to want 2 to 3 of these on your board at any given time, giving you a lot of draw power as well as options to attack with. We do have a 3-2 line of the Ends Darmanitan, probably a little thicker. I usually see the Ends Darmanitan at 2-2, but Harvey went with a thicker 3-2 line to make sure that they've got this available. You'll want 1, maybe depending on the matchup, you might want 2 in play, but really you got to have at least 1. 1 copy of Ends Reshiram. This does freak me out that there's only 1, especially if you prize it, but in the time that I've been playing the deck, this hasn't been that much of a problem, though maybe you want to bump this up to 2 Reshiram and then go with maybe 2 Ends Darumaka, though I do like the split of 3-1 versus 2-2. But if you are uncomfy with just one Reshiram, maybe look into putting one more. Some support Pokemon here. Well, support attacker, Bloodmoon Ursaluna is a great desperation attacker where towards the end of the game, this can come in and swing for upwards of 240 damage for as little as 0 energy, thanks to its season skill ability, where it lowers this ridiculous price by 1 for each prize card your opponent has taken. Fezandipiti EX is amazing, lets you draw 3 cards if one of your Pokemon was knocked out on the previous turn, and some other things that are a little different from Harvey's list from the other ones that I've seen. We don't have the Pecharunt EX and the Poison package in here with the Binding Mochis. Instead, they have gone with 1 copy of Budew, where this has the Itchy Pollen attack for 0 energy, you do 10 damage, and you item lock your opponent, giving you more time to set up. Or you could go with the Cleffa, another baby Pokemon, where Grasping Draw for 0 energy just lets you draw until you have 7 cards in hand. Depending on the scenario, you might want to start Budew, you might want to start Cleffa, but I do love Cleffa as that option when you end up benching a lot of stuff and putting a lot of things in play on your first turn going second, and you just need to draw a whole bunch of cards. So Cleffa, amazing for that. For trainer cards, we've got 2 copies of Defiance Band, where if we're behind on prizes, we can do an additional 30 damage to our attack. And that is going to be great for fixing a number of scenarios where the math on Zoroark's attacks can be a little weird. 1 copy of Super Rod to get 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from our discard pile back into our deck. 2 copies of N's Castle makes our N Pokemon have free retreat. That's going to be really awesome, especially in combination with N's PP Up. This is an itemed card that lets you attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your benched N's Pokemon. And what's going to happen a lot of the time is that you need to get 2 energy on a Zoroark, and unfortunately you don't have that in play right now. You have to put some other N Pokemon in the active, and then you will play N's PP Up ideally on that turn to get your next Zoroark active, and then you play N's Castle, and you can now attack going from 0 energy to 2, or however many energy you attach with N's PP Up. So we've got 3 copies of those here. One of the big differences, actually, we'll keep talking. I'll go through this in order here. Iono, where both players shuffle their hands into their deck, and then shuffle their hands, put it to the bottom of their deck, and then draw equal to the number of prize cards remaining. Lots of opportunities to draw cards in this deck, even with the tradability. Harvey has very much prioritized draw power in this deck, so 4 copies of Iono. Also 4 copies of Professor's Research. This is something that I have not seen as much in the Zoroark decks, but I do appreciate its inclusion here. Getting to discard your hand and draw 7 cards can be awesome, because I do find there are times where your hand just gets gummed up or you just don't have the cards you need, and Research gives you an aggressive draw option. 1 copy of Night Stretcher lets you grab a Pokemon or a basic energy card from your discard pile and put that into your hand. 1 copy of Professor Turo's Scenario, which allows you to put one of your Pokemon in play into your hand. Now, you're going to have to discard all the attached stuff, like energy and tools, but this can effectively heal a Zoroark, and especially if you've got multiple Zoruas in play, scoop up that damaged Zoroark, throw the Zoroark that's now in your hand on a Zorua on the bench, and you've effectively negated your opponent's last attack. 3 copies of Ultra Ball, discard 2 cards, grab a Pokemon of your choice. 1 copy of Prime Catcher as our ace spec, where you get to gust an opposing bench Pokemon into the active, and then also gust one of your Pokemon into the active, giving you a little more control over who you hit. 3 copies of Buddy Poffin to get your 2 of your basic Pokemon that have 70 HP or less down. Keep in mind that and you'll see me make this mistake, Darmanitan has 80 HP, which is annoying, so you cannot use Buddy Poffin to get your Darumaka down. One of the cool techs in this deck is Powerglass, where if this Pokemon that this card is attached to is in the active spot at the end of their turn, you get to attach a basic energy card from your discard pile to it, and that makes it so much easier to power up N's Zoroark to do back-to-back flame body cannons. 2 copies of Counter Catcher. If we're behind on prizes, we can play this to gust an opposing bench Pokemon into the active, though we also have Boss's Orders as well to switch one of our opposing Pokemon from the bench into their active spot. So in total, we've got 5 gusting options between the Prime Catcher, Counter Catcher, and Boss's Orders. I do think having a lot of gusting is important in this deck, because you're not always hitting the numbers that you want, or you need to use your specific attacks on specific Pokemon. So having a lot of gust options, very important. Last but not least, we've got 3 Nest Balls to get our basics down, and then 6 Dark Energy and 2 reversal energies. The reversal energies only work on a non-rule box evolution Pokemon if you are behind on prizes. I know that sounds like a very weird and specific stipulation, but if you can meet those requirements, you get 3 rainbow energy, and that's the perfect amount for N's Darmanitan, giving you a single prize attacker that can either use the backdraft attack or most likely the flame body cannon as a single prize attacker, potentially taking 2 or more prizes with that snipe attack. General game plan is you want to go second, and depending on the situation, you might want to start with Budew in the active or Cleffa in the active. From there, you're going to want to get like 2 N's Zoruas down. You'll want to get down at least 1 N's Darumaka, and then when the time calls for it, put down the Reshiram. From there, you're going to want to set up at least 1 Zoroark EX, start drawing cards with that trade ability, and start attacking. If you fall behind on prizes, keep in mind that you can also attack with the Darmanitan, and towards the end of the game, you might even need to attack with Bloodmoon Ursaluna. All right, let's get to these matches. And we've got double Zorua. Like that, we can actually go thick bench here. And I think with the Iono, we'll probably want a Budew here and try and get a Budew item lock off. If we were stuck with low cards, then maybe we want the Cleffa. But right now, okay, we're up against Guardy, and they've got Budew. And yeah, we'll definitely want to Budew here as well. Now, how do we get the... Because I don't want to burn Prime Catcher to item lock the Drifloon here. But I also, if their hand really sucks, I might do it. Although, if they're going to put energy on 30 damage to each damage counter on this Pokemon, yeah. If they have 1 more energy, which they do, off the Earthen Vessel, then we just lose. So, I think we have to keep... them in the active. Do we Iono next? Because they have free retreat, and they're gonna do... What if we wait? No, because they can item lock us. Let's go in Iono here. Unfortunately, they'll have a decent shot at making some stuff happen. Let's go and retreat into the Budew. I think they will knock us out with the Drifloon, though. So that is kind of a problem. Let's go preemptively get a... We don't have Fezandipiti. Okay. Okay, if we don't have Fez, what do we get down? Do we get down the Reshiram? Or just the Zorua 3? No. Let's go, and I probably shouldn't have done anything. Let's get a Munkidori down. And you know what? Actually, if we're gonna be here, I'm going for it. I'm going to say bet. I'm going to preemptively grab the Darmanitan and say, if you try and take out my Budew right now, I'm knocking this out. If you try and knock me out with the Budew, if you knock out my Budew with your Drifloon, I am taking both of you out. It's on site. Unfortunately, they get way more setup, and I hate that. And they get the... Okay, they get the Itchy Pollen. And now we're in a really bad spot, because we have, like, nothing here. Okay. What can we boss up that's going to be a pain for them? Yeah, maybe get the Ralts up. That could be good. Get the Ralts. And I think we can attach to the Darm... we'll hold off on attaching to the Darmanitan. No, let's do it. Just in case. And now we play the waiting game. They might have the energy, though. Oh, no, we Iono them. Okay, they're going to get Curlia. Still stuck. And they're still item locked. So we have time. Potentially. So let's just keep item locking them. Is this the peak? Is this peak Pokemon TCG? Just Budew Wars? I do appreciate that if it is a Budew on Budew, then it it ends pretty quickly. Now they're going to get their Budew up, and this will end soon. And we could be screwed. But let's see where this goes. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, yes. Munkidori, let's go. Adrenabrain. Let's go and take this damage off. Take out their Budew. Grab ourselves a prize. And item lock. They'll probably bring in the Mew. And then they can free retreat into whatever they want afterwards. Or you bring up the Drifloon and then attach a second energy and knock out the Budew. Yeah, that's what they're going for here. Okay. I see what you did there. I'm still going to item lock you. If we fall behind... Oh, we're going to be tied on prizes, so we can't use the attack. That's annoying. Now we're in trouble. Right? They're 30. We're not behind on prizes. We could swing, but then we're just making this more powerful because we're going to do 40 damage to this thing. Okay. Iono's good. Iono's good. Let's go. I'll attach the energy to the Zorua here. And let's see what we can do. Okay. Bear is... Let's hold off on Bear for... Okay, we'll hold Bear, because we're going to grab a Zoroark here. And I think we are going to get rid of Bear, just to see if we can get more cards. Okay, ends PP up is good. That gets us a second energy. Onto a Zoroark. Now we just need to get this other one out of the active. And that's annoying. Okay. Let's see. They're doing 30 damage. If they get Guardy up, they still only have one more Psychic Energy. So, like, it's not going to do a lot. And they're going to be behind on prizes. And we can get a snipe, potentially. Yeah, Guardy's coming up. Guardy is coming up for sure. What then is the play? I don't think they want to take the Zorua art out. If anything, they probably want the Darmanitan down. If we're going to fall behind on prizes here, and I have there's a decent shot that we do. Oh, okay. What are they going to get? Munkidori? Yeah. Are we dead? 2030. Yeah, I think the Zorua is done. And the Darmanitan attack is actually kind of not great in the sense that we won't... we will knock this out. We will knock this out. But then what are we doing with the extra damage? Like, it's just they can Munkidori it back. Although softening up the Gardevoir could be good. Is it? Is it, though? Is it, though? We can't attack with Dusclops. I think we want the Darmanitan up, and we snipe. Okay. Nest Ball for Fez. Oh yeah, I forgot we don't have Fezandipiti. Let's actually get the Reshiram down just in case. At least I have an attack to the active if it really comes down to it. And let's go get the... And we'll leave the energy in there just in case. And let's go research here. Fresh 7. And Counter Catcher is actually amazing. What's not amazing, because, yeah, if we could take out Guardy right now, and I think we do take out Gardevoir. Yeah, we take out Guardy, and then this game is done. So, hard retreating. Not ideal. Okay, let's go and grab... Yeah, I think we just get one. Do we get two? No, we get the 1. So not the original plan. Not the original plan. Let's go and yeah, getting the snipe would be nice. But I think if we can end the game now, we should do that. Or at least put them in a back-breaking scenario here. And we go Night Joker. And we Virtuous Flame for 340 damage. They have no energy acceleration. And they can swing for 60 if they really want to. And hey, they're going to do good damage on the Zorua. And we'll move that back with Munkidori. Oh, okay. Boss is amazing here. Or do we... I think we have to target down. They're going to get a... Oh, okay. If they get down a Ralts, we have to target down the Ralts. If they get down 2 Raltses, we have to snipe both Raltses. And then just push this out. So we're going to be doing 90... Yeah, we will take this out. Plus, we can take out this Ralts in one go. Let's see what they do. What, 90? Okay. Can we get... I think we can get rid of Counter Catcher at this point. And we can go... I think we have to burn it. And just say, bet, you don't have... Also, let's move some damage here. Adrenabrain, and we'll go move it onto... Maybe the Fez. The Fez could be kind of hard to take out in an other scenario. And I think we go all in on taking this thing. We should attach here if we can't attach anywhere else anyway. Let's go attach. We'll go Night Joker, and we will go Flame Body Cannon, and we also take out the Ralts. Okay. Now, we have to find multiple ends people an end PP up, plus energy, plus all sorts of stuff. We're probably not going to be able to attack with this Darmanitan. Like, yeah, at this point, no. We are as close as we can to just winning this game. And we win the game. GG. So, definitely benefited from hitting for weakness there. And unfortunately, our opponent only got 1 Gardevoir up. And getting the Reshiram on the board made it so that we could take that 1-hit KO. And it got kind of awkward with the Drifloon. Like, you didn't want to item lock the Drifloon because it was going to get more damage on there. And then eventually it did take out our Budew. But we were able to hold out long enough that we could draw enough cards to get that first boss and take out the Gardevoir. And then from there, it was just going to be really tough for them to carry through the rest of the match. That Drifloon could do some damage, but we were able to like snipe it out and take out something on the bench as well. And just push that game ultimately out of reach. GG's. Yeah. Budew, get some Reshiram action in there. And we'll probably throw down at least 1 Zorua. Dragapult. Okay. I actually don't know how this match plays out. I can see the issue for them is the Reshiram and Zoroark being able to copy it, because then you can just one-shot a Dragapult, if my math is correct. You should be doing 400 damage to a Dragapult after they swing into the active. Okay, let's go and see how they set up. Darmanitan. We may want to hold out. Let's see what they start with, because if we have the Darmanitan in hand... how important is that Darmanitan to our offense versus us? Let's see. If they start with just this Dreepy, then I'm totally okay to just hold out. And we'll just go Buddy Poffin for some minor... Yeah, we'll get the Zorua and a Darumaka, and then just item lock and say bet. Okay. I mean, they could potentially knock us out on the following turn with a bite. Yeah, so let's go and see what we can do. A Dark Energy here. That's awesome. Let's go. Oh, we don't have... We've prized... Oh, there's Darumaka. Why can't we get Darumaka? It's a basic. Oh, it's 80 HP. That's why. Okay. Okay, that's actually a problem then. You know what? I think we're still going to item lock here. Because that is... If they're going to knock us out, they knock us out. And we still have the Reshiram attack that we can do to get some decent damage in. And Iono potentially holds them back as well. Or at least slows them down. Recon Directive. If they get a Fire Energy off this... It's not the end of the world, but I would just be annoyed. Duskull. Annoying. No, that's actually a great equalizer in this matchup. Because that means, one, they can blow up a Dusknoir and then take out our Zoroark in one go. Jacques. Yeah, we're going to send those cards out of their hand. Now this is a great time to Iono. Yeah, we're going to say no to that. No to that nonsense. And I don't think they should have played that Jacques right now. Because now we know it's there. And I don't want them to have that. So let's go and actually attach the second energy. Zorua. Powerglass is... We're not going to get a snipe off on this turn. So... And we're not going to get the... You know, I'm going to put the... I'll put the Powerglass on. And let's hope we find an out to Zoroark right now. And we can swing. There it is. There it is. Okay. Awesome. Let's go and trade. And we'll get rid of this Nest Ball for the time being. And it really sucked. We had three. We had three of the... Oh yeah, the Darumaka it doesn't suck because of that. It sucks because I don't know how to play the game. Oh, I should have used the Nest Ball to get the Darumaka down. Oh, that was dumb. I really don't know how to play the game. Damn. Oh. Oh man, I'm talking so much mess. And that was all my fault. No one to blame but myself. I could be sniping out these Dragapults right now. And now I cannot. Now I cannot. Okay, we're gonna use Artisan to get a Darumaka down. I can't believe I honestly that interaction has not happened to me before. Like I've been practicing this deck for a little bit and using Buddy Poffin. Like the 80 HP thing. Like I've always just assumed like, oh yeah, these little dudes just that's never I can't. Because 80 HP Pokemon come up so infrequently. Ah, the Gust would have been good right there. Okay. This is great, actually. Right, we just go after the one with the energy. And, item lock. Awesome. Can they do it, though? Do they have the out? Like a rescue board? Or they don't have it. Okay. Okay. That's awesome for me. Because now, let's go grab that Darumaka. And we can go Prime Catcher up the Dreepy into the Budew. Go back into the Zoroark. And the Munkidori's kind of good in this matchup. I kind of want to get another Zoroark out, though. Is it worth getting rid of N's PP up? Or do we get the Munkidori later? I'm going to set up... a Munkidori. And... Yeah, we're going for it. We're going to get rid of NSPP up here. Let's go get another Zoroark. And let's yeet our hand for 7. And we do get an NSPP up here. We can just go and attach. Oh, hold on. Is there anything we want to trade? Or, no, our hand's pretty good here. Our hand's pretty good. Let's hold on to that. I will... Do we want to Iono them? No, we can't Iono them. Alright. I could trade. I want to hold this hand. Let's just Night Joker to take the Dreepy out with all the... Yeah, we'll Virtuous Flame here for 70. And then on the following turn, potentially dig for... Yeah, if they item lock us here... just realizing what's going on here. If they item lock, we can't Ultra Ball for a Darumaka and then get the snipe in. I should have preemptively played. Okay. Okay. How do we do this then? How do we do? Do we just Iono and pray that the next 4 cards is going to give us the Darumaka? Okay, if they preemptively play, I think regardless, they're gonna have pieces that they're gonna hold at least one piece in hand that's gonna get them like the Dragapult or something like that. Oh, the XP share. So they'll probably play the XP share right now. Okay. I think we have to get... I really don't want to give them 6 cards. Really don't want to give them 6 cards, but like their hand sucks, right? If we can snipe out 2 of them, I think we have to gamble on that, right? I think we have to gamble on that. Yeah, I think we have to discard draw 7. Oh, we're getting stamped anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay. It might. And now the choice is... Actually, you know what? We can trade. We just have to keep trading. We can keep trading to find the pieces that we are looking for before we hit Iono. And hopefully the top deck is either really good or really bad, and we don't care. So, let's see. 20 on the Itchy Pollen. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, we can get rid of that. Let's go and trade. Second. And I think we're going to get rid of the Reversal Energy at this point because we're playing ahead. Yeah, let's get 7 here. That sounds good. Actually, I should have put on the Munkidori. And there we go, Darmanitan. That's what the play we were looking for. And now, when we Night Joker, we go and Flame Body Cannon, we take out the Budew, and we also take out the Dracloak with the XP share. And because we have the Powerglass on. We are in very good shape to close this out. Now we have to find a stadium. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they need to find Dragapult, like, right now. Let's see. Do they have it? Do they have it? Or did we push this out? And yeah, we just bench snipe again with the Darmanitan, which would be nuts. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, I think they're stuck. I think they're stuck, and they're gonna pray that... Oh, Encounter Catcher. All right. That's good. That's good. Yeah, get like the Reshiram up or something. Or the Darmanitan. Actually, the Darmanitan... Yeah, let's see. We have to find... Yeah, that's annoying. Not the end of the world, but it is annoying. Yeah, if we can get the Ends Castle, how many Ends Castle? We haven't found a single Ends Castle yet. So this is where there are more opportunities to thin. They get their Dragapult up. Get the Fire Energy, and they can start to pop off very soon. And they might start to pop off like right now. Right? If they go... They probably... Are they going to Dusclops here and try and take something out? And get themselves down to one prize? Like YOLO? Because even a Dusclops into the Dragapult is not going to do anything. Okay. Okay. We've got Boss. That's cool. That's cool. But if anything, we probably want the Dusclops. There's Ends Castle. There's Ends Castle. So yeah, at that point, we just throw down the Ends Castle. We hard retreat into the Zoroark. Actually, I should have hard retreated into the other Zoroark and then used Ends PP up. It's a whole thing. That's okay. We're going to get the win here, and that's all that matters. We are going to Flame Body Cannon and drop it on the other Dreepy for the win. Tons of sniping here. And our opponent never got off the ground. So pretty awesome run there for Ends Zoroark with the... Yeah, being able to use the Darmanitan attack over and over again was pretty awesome. Got a little hairy. Like, we definitely had to gamble in the middle of the game there in order to find the pieces that we needed. But thankfully, we got unfair stamped, and it pushed us into a position where we did what we had to do and ultimately got the win. GG's. There we go. That is a look at Harvey Sheinman's top 3 Zoroark EX deck. And I'm glad to see Zoroark finally get its time to shine. I do think there's a lot of potential there. I also think there's some awkwardness there. I just feel like the attackers that it has are good in very specific situations, but I really would want a little bit better of a bread and butter attack to the active. Now, giving it that bread and butter attack to the active might make it OP, but without that, it does feel you have to be very particular about the damage you're putting on the board and what attack you're using. And I find at times that you just never have the right attack, or like it's really awkward to map out your prizes in order to use the right attacks in order to win the game. Even if it is one of the tougher decks to play and maybe its arsenal is not fully realized, the deck is doing well, and we just saw it, the first major proof of concept of this deck hitting the top cut of a major event. Was it a fluke? Are we going to see Zoroark with maybe further refinements finally crack the metagame and become a serious contender? That remains to be seen. But regardless, congratulations to Harvey for the big top cut finish and showing the world that Zoroark has some sauce. But for now, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for watching. You can find me on all the things: YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at @InThirdPerson. You can find me on Twitch at @InThirdPerson, where I stream the Pokemon trading card game every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. And check out the website inthirdperson.com for more articles and videos on video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.